the spirit of Macho Camacho, is he still in me? Okay, the shoe shine. Let's talk about the shoe shine. And why do you do the shoe shine? Some people think the shoe shine looks kind of funny, and maybe you don't see it as often as you used to. Because back in the 80s, when I was just boxing crazy and I couldn't even not think about boxing for 10 seconds, it was almost like something wrong with me. Who was big time star at the time? Hector Macho Camacho. And you'd see him come out before his fights, especially his speed before the Rosario fight was just something else. But he'd come out before his fights with gloves on, right? He might be dressed as a Roman gladiator or something, but okay. He'd have gloves on. I guess they'd be 10-ounce gloves, 8-ounce gloves. I don't remember. Anyway, and he would do a shoe shine faster than any of us could do a shoe shine with no gloves on at all. Okay, and so I just remember everybody who was a young guy and was trying to box, wanted to box, would try to do shoe shine as fast as he could, and we try to figure who was doing it fastest, right? Nowadays you don't see it as much, and people kind of go, why are you doing it? It's kind of silly. No, man, it's not silly. It's not silly, because if you want to increase your speed, if you want to increase, I see lots of videos, new ideas, rubber bands, different ways to approach the heavy bags, different types of exercises to try to give even mind games to make yourself faster. If you want to do something that's going to make yourself faster, do some shoe shines. Every time you do your shadow boxing and your warm-ups and stuff, it will make you faster. Why? Because it will make your feet faster. Because you can't really do a shoe shine at all if your whole body's not working it. And that's what we're going to talk about. I'm going to show you how to do a shoe shine. And if I can still do any kind of a shoe shine at the age of 53 and not very long, 54, I bet you can. Now, the first thing to do shoe shine is you got to do your jump ropes. Okay? And to tell you the truth, you should be doing tons of jump ropes every day. You should do like at least two 3-minute rounds, but you should really, come on, you should be doing 15 minutes of jump ropes at least. I do in 3-minute rounds. You got to have good feet, good ankles, good calves. You got to be able to, and if you do your jump rope, you'll help your rhythm. But now, some of you just can't do a shoe shine. Probably the ones that you can't do a shoe shine at all. And we'll talk about how to apply this actually. But the guys that can't do it all, probably you're lifting a lot of weights, or you're trying to box but you're still lifting weights because you want to look big and you haven't gotten over it. Get over yourself, man. You don't have to lift weights. If you want to be a boxer, be a boxer. You can lift I'm not saying you can't, but you don't have to. You don't have to, and I think they'll slow you down. Now, how are we going to do a shoe shine? For guys that can't do a shoe shine, this is what it is. It's going to look pretty silly. Do this in the comfort of your own home. You don't have to be a dummy like me and do it on YouTube and look funny. But first, you're going to start out with just like Mr. Bojangles, loose. Be loose with your feet. And I'm not doing this. You're just literally, you see this? See this movement? My hands are loose. I'm not thinking about it. You're trying to have this looseness in your body, okay? Because if you're tight, you can't be fast, okay? And that's the one thing the shoe shine will help you get loose. Now, from here, you're going to start doing this movement like this. I'll turn sideways. This backwards washing machine type of movement. You know, you're coming in like this. But you're doing it with, I'll do it so, pop, step, step, step. I'm doing this, it's almost like, dancing. This movement, right, with each step. And let your hands be loose right now. Don't try to make fists. You'll tighten it up as you get faster. But see, my hands are loose. My hands loose. Here I am. Here are my steps. Now, as I will get faster, but I'm going to think about my speed, back up here, speed through my feet, not so much through my arms. You're not trying to do it with your arms. Do anything with your arms, you lose your power, your speed, everything. So here we go. Getting a little faster, and then you can tighten it up, and then, it'll start getting faster. I'm trying to talk to it. It'll start, but use your feet. So, and you'll start getting faster as you go. I'll try to do a fast one at the end of this and show you. That's what it comes down to. So, loose, 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 step, step. Do some exaggerated higher steps in the beginning if you're stuck, right? Here we go, here we go, here we go. Right? You're trying to get where, you hear my feet machine gun? That when you're fighting and you want to do one of those fast combos, you'll machine gun those feet, and you'll get that speed, okay? Forgive me for not trying to do a ton of stuff fast yet, but I'll try to do it at the end. Now, okay, so how do you apply it? But actually, how do you apply it? Are there ways to even make it faster? How do you practice it to make it even faster? Well, there's a couple things. One way that I've seen is you get one of these weightlifter, strongman cords. You hook it. Oops, I got it on my microphone. You hook it to. Well, be careful with doorknobs, but you hook it with something low that's strong, right? And then you'll do it against this. You'll do it against the cords going backwards. So if I was going to hook it, I'll just do it lightly to this thing because I don't want to pull this doorknob off. But if I was here, I would go against the elasticity of the band. Okay, not sure if you saw that, but I'd go against the elasticity of the band. I don't have anything in the war room to attach it to. Will that make you faster? I'm not actually sure if it will. To tell you the truth, the guys that got fast just did shoe shines all the time. And other things you'll see guys sometimes doing with very light weights. Okay, I'm not big for practicing with weights for any kinds of straight punches. You're not going to hurt yourself doing this. I don't know if it's really going to make you faster or not. I think you just get faster by doing shoe shines. Now, how does it apply? How does it apply? Well, if you look at the guys in the 80s, whether it was Camacho, whether it was Roberto Duran, even Leonard, maybe not Leonard as much, but Camacho and Duran for sure, you would see these guys throw tons of uppercuts. Just uppercut, uppercut, uppercut from both sides. Duran, a lot of times when he was inside fighting, but not always. And Camacho, especially before the Rosario fight, when he was just so fast, he had just such blinding hand speed, you would see him, now he would fight as a southpaw, you'd see him and he would move around, he had just incredible footwork, right? He'd move around basically throwing kind of jabs and kind of fakes from about this level, right? And a lot of times when he would throw, say, a 1-2, or he might throw a 1-1, he would come out at an angle and throw uppercuts from the opposite side of that angle. So for example, if he's here, he's throwing these here, he might come out, slip, bam, uppercut, and then sometimes he'd throw 4, 5, 6 punches. If he went to the other side, well, with this front hand, right? So another uppercut, and he would just blind people's speed. But a lot of times you'd see this move where he would be jabbing. He might throw a 1-2, or he might throw a 1-1-2, but then he's out and he's shooting uppercuts in just the speed, and he would catch guys with these all the time. It's amazing. So how are you going to work this stuff into your practice, and where can it help you? One, it's going to help you because it's going to make those feet work, and it's going to make you faster. It's just going to make everything faster if you do it consistently. But I'll give you an example of how you could practice it and work it into part of your shadow boxing routine. Now we're going to talk about shadow boxing. I've done a little bit of shadow boxing just to give you an idea of some basics, to give guys an idea of some basics, and that really comes down to, if I throw a 1, I'm gonna slip, or I'm gonna bob under to the side of that last punch. So if I did a 1-2 to this side, if I did a 1-2-3 to this side. Now another thing that we talked about, because I've said again and again, I'm such a huge fan of Chocolatito, Roman Gonzalez, that I love this bump and shift, the Kenny Weldon bump and shift, and the bump and shift you see where you'd slip, and then you shift out, right? To this side shift, and then I've talked about that so many times that we don't have to go through it all. You can find out another video. But if you want to work the shoe shine into a shadow boxing routine, so it doesn't just look stupid, and you actually have some sense to it, because you can't just, let's try to make things apply. This is one way you can do it. Let's say that you're shadow boxing, and really we're going to do a shadow boxing thing where we talk about moving from point to point, because that's really expensive, really important. Expensive too, I guess. Really important. But if you're here, let's say you throw a jab, you slip. You throw a 1-2, you slip to the side. Maybe you come back with a 2-1. But you're not, shadow boxing is not all about just throwing endless punches. You need to move around. Imagine that someone's in front of you and move around to adapt to him. And that's part of what we're talking about here. So let's say we're in a shadow boxing routine, and you don't have to know that many things to do this, right? Let's just say that you know a jab, of course, a jab, jab, 2. You might hopefully a 1, 2, 3, okay? Now, one thing that I do want you to know is to do this bump out, because that's how we're going to work the shoe shine in. So let's say that you're here, you're shadow boxing. Let's do a conservative 1, 2, 2, 3, that kind of thing, right? Now, when we slip though, let's just in slow real time. So jab, slip, 1, 2, slip. Here I am. I slip. I bump out. Now at this point, it would be natural to throw that uppercut. See, I bumped out to this side, uppercut, and then maybe a 2, 3, something like that. Instead, that's where you're going to throw your shoe shine. And since you slip to this side where your natural lead left hand is going to be your uppercut, right? So this here would be your 4, right? Instead, you're going to replace that with a shoe shine, and you're going to do 6 punches. Now, I'm not one of these guys who thinks when you do your shadow boxing you should start practicing 5, 6, 10 combinations. I mean, you might be the next Marquez, he would slip, uppercut, punch, come here, slip up. I mean, that's like one combo for him. But for the most of us, let's be mortal and think about 2, 3 punch combinations, except for the shoe shine, okay? And now we're going to talk about 6. So we slipped, we came out. Now, this back hand, we're going to do the shoe shine, but look, 1, and instead of, I should be saying 4, 6, 4, 6. I'm just going to count just so we know where we are. So we slipped out, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, hook, straight right, bob under. And then you can jab yourself out of it, right? So if you go into that side, and this is just a fun, easy thing to do, which actually has some sense to it, because you'll practice your speed and you'll finish in a logical punch succession. So here I am again, just slow, super slow real time. So a jab, I slipped, right? A 1, 2, I bobbed under. He throws a jab at me, I slip, I come under. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 3, 2, get under. And then, you could go into Mayweather, dun, 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 2, 3, 2, you can do all that, but that's the point, okay? Now, if we're going to go to the other side, what are we going to do? Same type of thing. Maybe I do a 1, 2, 3, I slip out, right? I slipped a right hand. Then I bump out here, and now I start with the back hand. So it would really, if I were calling the punches, 6, 4, 6, 4, 6, 4, straight right hook and come under. If I was just going to count them, right? I slipped out, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, straight right hook, come under, right? So I'll do it both ways slow that you understand what I'm talking about. And this is just something you use work into your shadow boxing routine. One, it'll be fun, and you'll find that you'll get some coordination, and you also have a chance to work on some speed instead of just staying in the corner trying to go as fast as you can doing a shine, which is, what's the point, right? But, okay, one more time. I'll count it both ways. I'll count it with the punches, like the way you would do a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 type punch. You name the punches, and I'll do it just counting so you get it in your head. Okay, so here I am. It doesn't really matter what we're doing. I slip, I bump out. Now let's just do it if I'm counting, if I'm naming the punches, okay? So 4, 6, 4, 6, 4, 6, 3, 2, bob under. And then maybe you pivot out, whatever, okay? If you just want to count, same thing, I'm here. I slip, I come out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, then a hook, straight right, then you come under. And you could go to the side and do it again if you want to. Now, if we're going to go to the other side, here we are. We slip, we kick out, and I'm going to just name the punches first. 6, 4, 6, 4, 6, 4, 2, 3. Bob under, okay? If I'm just going to count the punches, I slip, I come out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, straight right, hook, come under. You see what I'm talking about? Now, if I'm going to do it slightly faster, if I try to do it too fast, my microphone's probably going to fly off again. This thing's come on, hit the ground so many times I can't believe it still works. But okay, so we're actually not trying to be idiots here, right? We're doing some shadow boxing. Maybe we practice our L steps and then we slip out. So, there we go. You see? So, maybe I should count those punches, okay? So here we are again. Up, coming out. I slip out. I come out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hook. Straight right. Come under. Or I slip out. 4, 6, 4, 6, 4, 6, 4, 6, 3, 2. Come under. Okay? The other side. I'm practicing. I want to basically be, you know, if we're doing a whole shadow box routine, 1, 1, 2, we come under. 1, 2, 3, come under. But let's say he throws a right at me. I slip, I come back, 6, 4, 6, 4, 6, 4, 2, 3. You see what I mean? Or if you want to, you slip out, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 2, 3, come under. Okay? You can work that little thing into your routine, right? So that, and it'll actually look pretty cool, and it will help you build up speed, right? So okay, I forgot. I said I was going to do one of these as fast as I can, or I'll try and do them fast. Battle with time, getting warmed up. Oh, one thing, it might help you if you practice sometimes on like a water bag, not on a heavy bag on the underside. That's too flat and hard, but on a water bag because you get some resistance, okay? All right, enough procrastination. Let's see if I can get loose. The spirit of Macho Camacho, is he still in me? Here we go. Oh man, you're right. I did embarrass myself, but hey man, I'm old. If I can do it a little bit, I'm sure you can do it better than me because you're young and spry. So come back, we're going to get into some technical things that I can explain even if I can't do. See you soon.